How's it going, guys? Welcome to the FM Dugout. We are back with the British Steel Challenge as Glentoran continue their European Champions League qualifying campaign. And today we take on Videoton of Hungary away from home. So obviously last time round we managed to put Basel out somehow, and I'm looking forward to this today. I think it's going to be a much different game from with Basel. I think we're going to be a little more evenly matched with our opponents. They've only got 4 or 5 actual players. The rest are all kind of grey players. No one of any real note really to call out. There's no players worth over 250k. So I think from that point of view we should be okay. But you never know. These games are always kind of difficult to guess how they're going to go. Anyway, since last time we haven't had any fixtures. There have been no transfers in or out. For tonight, the only injury concern is Rory Croskery, who has come back from food poisoning. He's about 81% fitness, so I'm not going to be playing him tonight or have him on the bench. Number of players are wanted at the moment. Stanix, of course, is wanted by Leicester, I believe still. I don't know if anyone else is there. So yeah, it's minor interest, so probably not going to see any movement there. Rainey is being chased by Alloa and Burton. He's on a non-contract, so potentially could move for nothing. Donaghy's wanted by Ballina on loan. Sean Barrett is wanted by Dagenham and Redbridge, again on a non-contract, so could move. And Mark McCartney is a youth player, so I'm not overly bothered there. Finances have improved a bit since the last episode. 343,000 in the red now, thanks to the gate receipts from the Basel game, totaling about 85k. So obviously these European games are going to give us a bit of a financial benefit, and if we make it through this round and lose in the next, we get 2.6 million as losers money from the playoff round. If we get put out here, we go into the Europa League. So yeah, I mean, this series is about the domestic competitions, so I don't want to get too distracted with European games. We do want to win the County Antrim Shield and the Irish Cup, which would then allow us to move on from Glentoran this year. Although some of you might be enjoying this, others might be wanting me to kind of move on, but you know, the challenge is there to win 35, 36 competitions, whatever, across the British Isles and Ireland. So you know, we do have to kind of get our skates on. And speaking of that, we'll get on into the match because there's nothing else really to talk about. I'm going to do 2 episodes here, 2 games in 1 episode. So this is how we're going to line up tonight. Stanix, Martin, Late, McLean and Kane now coming back in following his suspension. I do believe he is the better left back option at the moment. Obviously McDonald is a youngster and is improving with time. Coyle, Walker and Leonard will fill the midfield role, central mid, and then in the attacking mid we've got James Hill and new signing Scott Smith will come in for his debut. I do think these 2 players are going to give Videoton a bit of trouble, and Luke Brothers up front on his own, and hopefully looking to build upon his excellent performance in the last game, hopefully. So yeah, that's how we're going to line up, and let's get on into the match. Scott Smith will take number 26. Right, the pundit looks to favour Videoton here, which you'd kind of expect. 5-2 on favourites. I don't know. I'm a bit more optimistic than how I was against Basel, obviously. Let's have a look at our instructions. I think we're okay. Wow, so they're playing a 3-5-2 or 5-3-2 wing back. Right, we should be alright in midfield. Don't need to tell Leonard to watch anyone in particular. Obviously with 2 strikers, they're kind of going for it a bit here. Right, calmly tell them that we're underdogs. Okay. Hasn't really had the effect I was looking for. At least the morale was nice and high following that Basel game, and hopefully the players can take that kind of optimism into the match and get us on the front foot, hopefully from the first leg. Right, we're on the way anyway. So here's Hill on the ball. Leonard certainly got plenty of players in that midfield area. Lots of nice little intricate passes we can make. Obviously the question is whether or not we can find Brothers. He's kind of surrounded at the moment. You can see him trying to break that defensive line. But yeah, Videoton played a 4-2-3-1 wide in their last game, 4-2-3-1 narrow in their first game, and now they're playing a wing back system. I don't know exactly what favoured formation they have, if this is it or if it was a 4-2-3-1, but they've certainly gone for wing backs today. Luckily they haven't gone for 3 strikers because that's always our weak spot. As Brothers, the ball breaks to him in the box and it's rustled the side netting there. 10 minutes in, a good chance for us to at least work the keeper, but we didn't do it. Stat wise we look pretty good, 64% possession. If anything, I would say we are the better side at the moment. Let's just see if we can give a little bit of encouragement. I would love if we could get a goal before half time. And I wouldn't think it would be too far off to suggest that, but who knows. Obviously as well we're playing control at the moment. It's a fairly defensive formation from Videoton. They are playing 2 strikers. You know, it's not a 1 striker formation, I suppose we are playing. But a lot of the players are kind of in a deeper position. As Smith lays it through to Brothers, he's got to finish. The keeper's made a good save. And it's gone out for a corner. That was a golden opportunity there for Brothers, and it would have been an ideal time to score. Leonard will take the resulting corner, headed away with the front post by Pat Kai, and that's the end of that highlight. Just want to check we actually are in extended. We are. Just not an awful lot happening in the first half. Well, Brothers is looking motivated. I think what we're going to do is tell them that we're fairly happy. I mean, the players are playing pretty well. We're actually going to go to attacking. I'm going to take a bit of a gamble and see whether because I think what really hurt us the last time with Basel, we were very, very close to going out on away goals. So I would, with this being the first tie away from home again, unlike last time where we didn't score, I would really like to get an away goal, but maybe taking a bit of a gamble here. Kane intercepting the ball through there to the winger, Pat Kai, picking it up, and that's the end of that chance. Brothers with a free kick to Walker, back to Brothers, finding Smith, gets by his man into the box, and I'm not sure if he was trying to lay off someone or shoot. Either way, it's broken away. Hill, Martin's in loads of space, picked out well by Hill, need a good ball into the box. Brothers challenging, can't quite do it. Coyle is going to get dispossessed, and now potentially the counter attack is on here from Videoton as Marco breaks forward. He gets past late, and the ball's into, I don't know, I can't really read his name quick enough, Hajanal, but a weak shot in the end, straight into Stanek's arms. But the first sign of danger from Videoton, and it was a counter attack, so we have to be careful. Right, free kick. Can Brothers do something here direct? No, he can't. Skims the top netting, and yeah, it just has this feeling that we're not going to be able to kind of get a goal here. I'm quite happy with the formation. I think it's working. I think we're getting chances. I think the 2 attacking midfielders are giving us options there, as Hill now comes forward, dispossessed by Pat Kai. And Hill wins it back well, plays it back to Coyle. Leonard with the ball looking for Kane, I presume, but that's a poor pass from him. Mackley with the header forward. Smith just ball watching, gets dispossessed. Well played by Leonard there. Can he do a bit better than with his last pass? He finds Martin wide, cross from deep, surely has to come in here. Goes inside to Smith, and again Coyle onto the left foot, tries to take the effort, is blocked. There's a few yellow cards at the moment, 3 of them, so we need to be mindful of that, but let's see what we can do from the corner. Leonard, that's poor. That's very poor. We've got to be better with our set pieces than that. Brothers is at 6.4. The question is, do I go to 2 up top and give Brothers a chance to play with 2 there, or do I just bring Brothers off? And the question is, if I bring him off, who do I bring on? Is motivated, nervous from hell. I'm probably going to regret this. Right. So do Brothers as a defensive forward. I quite like the way that they sit back a little bit deeper. I think that works quite well with a poacher, with Holden, and we'll see what happens here. Just gives him something else to think about, but it's going to be a free kick here. No, we're not going to see it. Are we seeing it? Yeah, we are seeing it. Nagy with the free kick here. Oh, it's just gone wide. And we'll shout out some words of encouragement to the players. Get them to push forward, I think, actually, rather than encourage. Because I feel this game's here for the taking. Brothers now with the free kick, indirect, and nodded down. Mackley can't get there. And the ball will trundle out for a throw. 24 minutes left to go. And I'll be a bit disappointed if we don't score an away goal here. Really will. As Videoton now with Nagy playing it in towards the back post, headed away by Martin, only as far as the other Nagy. Kane with the header, as far as the other Nagy. Tale of 2 Nagys. Holden now finds Brothers. He is away. It's 2v4 here. Brothers lays off Walker. First time effort is blocked. Out for a corner. I would say on this form we should be able to win at home, but this is why an away goal would make all the difference here if we can get it. But it's just seeing where it's coming from. That's the question, and the time is slowly ticking away. Well, actually, quite quickly ticking away. Do I want to go overload? Sometimes you have to take the gamble. We did against Basel and it paid off. This gamble may not pay off, but we'll at least tell players to push forward a little bit more. Free kick here for Brothers on the right. Goes for goal. Not good enough, really. We'll go a bit more direct. We'll go in, pump the ball into the box as well, and see if we can go a bit more direct in the last 10 minutes and get just one little golden chance and someone to finish it off. Someone with that composure. Holden here goes wide to Martin. Back to Leonard, dropping deep there. Smith finds Brothers. Walker, we've got a bit of space opening up here. Walker goes for the effort, and that's disappointing. There was space there to play the ball through and to really do something. And we've got 5 minutes left, and it's just not looking like it's going to happen tonight. But we've been dominant, certainly, as far as chances and possession are concerned. Stanix claims that well. I'm really hoping I can hold on to Stanix, Leonard, Walker and so on for this season. Well, that wasn't the greatest ball from Stanix. We've lost it there. Late intercepts. Kane will come in to pick that up. A couple of minutes left. Can we get a dramatic late goal? Brothers has broken through the line. Holden has to look to get some space in the middle. Brothers can't find him this time. Unlike the Basel goal, I was sort of seeing visions of that kind of goal again, where Holden got in front of his man, but it's a corner. Leonard plays it in deep towards the back post, headed away for a throw in, and I don't think we're going to do it. Only 2 minutes of injury time added on. Nagy plays off of Martin. Walker forward to Smith out in this right channel. cuts it inside. Walker's got a bit of space here, plays it forward to Holden, to Brothers with the effort, and it's in, and that's the away goal we were after. Absolutely fantastic. Once again, this team doesn't give up, even though their manager sounds like he is. We've managed to score, and it's paid off for us here. And this time, thankfully, Holden playing it to Brothers, not shooting himself. And keeper, slightly dodgy positioning there, but I'm definitely not going to complain about that. And with half a minute to go, surely Videoton will have to try and score here. But they've lost possession, and now we should just hold on to it here, hopefully. Nothing stupid. And late finds Kane wide on the left, goes over the top looking for Holden, the header away by Barner. Nagy back to his keeper, 10 seconds left, should be it, and if it is, that is a big result. I think we could have won by more, if I'm being honest. I think we could have scored more than one away goal, but you know, we can draw back at the Oval and we're through. So that really was a fantastic performance. Darren Late picking up man of the match. Whole back line played pretty well. Marcus Kane didn't have a very good game, 6.6 there, lowest performer in the team. It's a bit of a problem area for me left back, and I may look to see if there's some other kind of option. Obviously I've now adjusted my transfer budget down to 0 so that the wages are okay, so it might need to be like a loan deal or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's us, 1-0 up, and I'll be back in a second to see the second leg and see whether or not we can get through to the playoffs. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, it's second leg time. I've tried to get Scott Gray from Rangers in on loan, but Stirling Albion came in as well, and he decided to go to Stirling Albion, so missed out on him at left back. Potentially, well, I mean, he wouldn't have been playing tonight anyway. It's a little bit disappointing. I've been tracking him for a while. His contract was up at the end of last season, but he signed a new extension, and obviously now he's chosen Stirling over ourselves, so it's just a bit of a kick in the teeth given I'd been at Stirling earlier in the series. But we do have one signing that's come in, and it's the return of an old favourite, Jordan Stewart, who previously was with Glentoran back in 2016, so pretty much going back to almost the start of this game, 1 year on from it. So he's come in, he's struggled, he's not really found himself a home, but looking at him again, you know, it's an advanced midfielder, it's a forward, it's a midfielder, he can play wide, there's a lot to work with there. 25 now, so £200 a week, maybe a little bit of a gamble, but we'll see how it goes. I think it's one of these kind of signings that it gives me the ability to change things if I want to. Last year I felt I was kind of forced into some formations, particularly with attacking midfielders. I just didn't have enough. I had Smith and Carville, neither are really that good. So now we've got Scott Smith, James Hill and Jordan Stewart that can play there, as well as John Smith as well, but he very much will be back up. And there is a left back I'm looking at the moment, but I'm not going to show that just yet, just in case we don't sign him. But anyway, we're going to move on into tonight's match, and so the predicted lineup tonight: 4-2-3-1 wide. Who knows what they'll play? I think Videoton will have to go a bit more attacking tonight if they're going to have to score, right? I mean, they're in a bad position at the moment. For ourselves, again, I don't really see the need to change much with the back line and the midfield three. It's all, generally speaking, with the front three. Tonight I've kind of opted to go for two strikers to try and just kill off the game early on and get a goal or two, and then possibly go back to two attacking midfielders. We'll see how it goes. Obviously if they play an attacking midfielder, again we've got Leonard that we'll get to drop back into that position, but we'll see how it goes. Well, the pundit's still going for Videoton. They are the favourites still, not as clear favourites as with the first game. Now they've gone with a 4-1-2-3 DM wide. So slightly different tonight. Hill obviously now is going to presumably be man marked. Okay, we'll see how it goes. I don't think there's any need to kind of change the formation based on what I'm seeing there. Never liked seeing the red. Let's see. There we go. We've gone back. Seem to gain focus. Going to stick with that. Excellent. Right. Let's get this underway and see whether we can make it to the playoffs. So I think it would be a pretty big achievement. And as I say, from that point, you either make it into the Champions League and you're getting a lot of money, or you get put out of Europe completely and make a fair chunk of money. Obviously, if we were to get to that stage and get put out, that might be the better option. It allows us to focus on the cups and the league, I suppose, as well. If we don't win those this year, then having that kind of money will allow us to get some good players in, I would imagine, if we can convince them. As Kane whips the ball into the box, Hill goes wide to Martin, unmarked, and it cuts onto his left. Hill to Walker. Kane now in space. Kane with the effort, and is it sneaking in? No, it's not. Somehow manages to stay out. That would have been the dream start there, really. A goal in the first 2 minutes. We won't keep an eye on Videoton's formation tonight, because obviously when things get closer to the end of the game, if it's still at this kind of stage, they are going to change things around, so we'll see what happens. But hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully we can get a goal. Hopefully we don't concede, as Videoton now come forward. Balaj to Patkai, back to Hughes, wide to Nagy, into Marco in the box. Late dispossesses him, sends it forward to Holden. Videoton have men forward here, so Holden has a bit of space to run into. Goes past his man, looks up, plays it across, and that's not a good ball across. Somehow manages to get a corner. Brothers was in a good position if he had found them. But here comes the corner from Leonard now. In swinging towards the penalty spot, headed away. Martin will get there first, gets the ball to Coyle, effort is blocked, and it's another corner. I think definitely a goal would settle the nerves. If we can do it, then great. I don't think it'll come from set pieces. We're not particularly strong in the air, I don't think. As Macaulay now with the rebound finds Coyle, 2 men on him, manages to get it to Walker, to Holden in the box, back to Walker again, wide to Leonard. Martin is there in the overlap, finds him, crosses blocked, back to Walker, and that's a vicious effort, but not on target. And very similar kind of storyline to the first leg, really. I don't want to go attacking again. I think we've got enough kind of attacking players to just play control and still get enough chances, as we see here with Holden in the middle, and it's blocked by the keeper and sent out for yet another corner. I think going attacking is just asking for trouble, really. At the moment, we don't need to do it, and counter attacks will definitely be Videoton's best source of attack, as Martin gets there first, finding Leonard on the right, breaks to Walker with a long range effort, and that's over the bar. Walker certainly fancies himself as a bit of a long range specialist, but he has scored a few from range, but not in Europe so far. Brothers in the middle looking for Holden, comes back out to Coyle, finds Hill on the edge of the box, right footed effort's blocked, comes to Walker, and this time gets it on target, but lacks any kind of pace to cause the keeper trouble. And a free kick now for Nagy on the left, off the wall, back to the other Nagy. Walker intercepts, Holden gets by his man, and that to me is just a stupid ball. Why you would play that, I don't know. He had lots of space to run into there, and it could have been a good chance to counter attack with Videoton having so many men forward for that free kick. But we'll come once again here with Hill forward to Holden. and Walker now goes wide to Martin. Again, looking to get by his man or get the ball into the middle. It's to Holden, and he scored. Rory Holden gets another goal, second of the season, and that's perfect. Honestly, 27 minutes in, 1-0 up, in control of the game. I would expect to see Videoton make changes here, but Martin finding Holden, not marked. The back line just didn't seem to be too bothered by him. But it looks as though Videoton are still sticking with the same formation, and I'm really pleased with this. We are totally on top of this game, and let's see what we can go with here. I'll just go with very happy. There's no real need to kind of overcomplicate things there. But it's very, very pleasing to see a squad that you've put together. I mean, just over a year ago this team finished, I think, where were they when I took over? 9th in the league or something. I managed to get them to 7th. Narrowly missed out on European qualification. Won the league by a comfortable margin. Won the League Cup. 2 semi-finals of the other cups. It's been a good run so far, and this is just a continuation of that, I suppose, as Martin tries to get the ball into the box, cannons off the full-back for a throw, and we're not going to see that from there. Obviously, an away goal from Videoton will spice things up considerably, but hopefully we can keep a clean sheet for the second time, and maybe get another goal here as we're trying to work another chance through the middle. Hill seems to be involved with a lot of what's going on here, much bigger influence than perhaps Jonathan Smith or Michael Carville would have been, as the goalkeeper sends the ball up to the lone striker Marco Macaulay, dealing with that well, the 16-year-old centre back, and poor with the header away, only as far as Walker. Goes out left to Hill. Coyle. Kane is away. Found wide, not picked up. Ball into the middle, looking for Holden. Headed away. Walker down to Brothers. Nope, can't quite get there. Kane back into Holden. The header. And it's in! The goalkeeper makes a mess of that. And Holden scores his second of the game. And now we're 2-0 up on the night. 3-0 in aggregate. It's looking rather good at this moment in time. Pleased with the fact we didn't give up there. Kane with the ball to the back post, Holden peeling away from his marker, put it on target, and yeah, got a little bit fortunate with the keeper there making a mess of it. But it's looking good. It's looking good. And Videoton still haven't changed their formation. They aren't going for it. They don't seem to be too bothered. Right, we are now at 64 minutes, and just looking to keep things a little bit fresher. I'm going to bring on Ben Little for a game, and I'm also going to bring on Croskery up front. Not particularly comfortable as a defensive forward. Maybe do him as a false 9 to hook up with James Hill, and almost give us a 4-3-2-1 at times, and at times a 4-3-1-2, 4-3-2-1 or 4-3-1-2. But yeah, we should be safe now. Videoton would need to score 3 goals in the last 25 minutes. We have collapsed like that before against Warren Point in the League Cup final last year, but hopefully that won't be an issue for us today, as we do look pretty comfortable, must be said. Might actually give Scott Smith a bit of a run out as well once we get down to about 15 minutes left, just to see if we can get that fitness level up. Nagy here will take the free kick on the right side of centre. Barner with the rebound, feeds it forward to Marco. This is dangerous, and Marco has, well, wasted a golden opportunity for Videoton there. And we'll get a free kick, a corner, sorry, rather. Hill playing it in, Coyle into Holden. Holden for the hat-trick. Keeper's made a good save there. And it's out for another corner. And the corner will come in again from Hill once more. Kane trying to win the ball, can't quite do it. Croskery goes back out to Hill. Coyle loses the ball. Fulmer now forward to Marco, and Marco is the most advanced player for Videoton, but nobody closing him down at this moment in time. Goes inside to Pat Kai, but Macaulay, I mean, so much composure for a 16-year-old. He's played really well in these games so far, and we defended very, very well, very bravely against Basel away from home, which I think was really the thing that kind of underpinned us actually getting through. Croskery now plays it in towards Holden. Holden still looking for that hat-trick, turns his man, but can't quite get the power on the shot to beat the keeper. Okay, Hugh Walker is at 65%. Maybe better to change Walker rather than Hill. Let's give Kim Nelson a go in central mid for the last 15 minutes or so. I would have liked Smith, but just with Walker tiring a little bit, I'd like to give him a break. I would have given Kane a break if I'd had McDonald on the bench, but it's all kind of irrelevant now. We're into the last 10 minutes and the clock is just counting down, and the team will be absolutely delighted with it. But Nagy here with a free kick over the bar. Thinking actually between these two legs, has there actually been a free kick on target? Has anyone managed it? It always seems to go wide or over. And we've got a minute of injury time here. Croskery going back to Kane, inside to Hill. Kane now continuing his run, but we've lost the ball. Hash now back to the keeper. Videoton really just not really offering a lot from an attacking point of view tonight, and we'll go through into the playoffs. Be intriguing to see who we get, and I think, you know, either way, getting through to the Champions League group stages or getting put out financially, it's going to be fantastic for us, and it's going to be a great achievement. So absolutely thrilled with the start to this season number 5, of course, of the British Steel Challenge, and we've done it. We're through. Yeah, nobody really seems to be that happy with my team talks. Alright, when is the draw? When is the draw? Stages, Champions, playoff. So the draw's in a couple of days, so I'll be back in a second and we'll see who we've got in the playoffs. Whoops, days, guys. I accidentally missed where it said the draw took place, and I just skipped on. So the draw has taken place, and I am very, very pleased with it. We have drawn Sheriff of Moldova, I believe. Yep. So having a look at their key player, 33.5k, 33 years old. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Who have they played? So they've had Valletta and a North Sea. Pretty narrow win there. Yeah, I am absolutely delighted. I think we can make the Champions League. I do, which will be absolutely superb for us. So yeah, that will be the next game. The next episode will be the double header. Obviously, in between that, we've got a couple of games in the league, and we'll see how that kicks off. So we start off with Ballymena at home, then Glenavon away. So yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I am. Let me know what you think in the comments box. Do you think we'll get past Sheriff and get into the Champions League? Presumably, you know, the Champions League is going to be interesting to see how we get on. We're probably going to get absolutely hammered, but it should be good. But yeah, I'm keen to know what you guys think of it. Do you actually want to see it? You know, obviously it's a British Steel Challenge, but I think there definitely is interest in it. But that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and until the Sheriff games, I'll see you when I see you.